Okay, I'm going to show you the kick drum resonance technique inside of Mixbus 32C. If you have a COMondo mix session, then it's just real simple. All we have to do is add an aux send to one of the mix buses, and I'll show you how to do it. So this is my kick drum, and my drums are all routed to a drum group. I have 12 auxiliary buses in addition to the 12 mix buses. So a COMondo mix console is a 24 bus console. If you look here, you'll see that my drums are receiving the signal from my kick. Then the signal goes from the drum group to the drum and bass group. The bass also goes to the drum and bass group, and the drum and bass group gets multed to 2 mix buses for parallel processing. Now, we have the drum and bass being processed, but we want to actually process the kick separately. And to process the kick separately, it's going to be real simple for me because all I have to do is borrow one of my mix buses and one of my aux buses for this use. And I have some buses here that I'm not using in this particular session. I have a horn bus, and that's bus 8. So any COMondo mix session, you can turn bus 8 into our kick resonance. We'll call it excite. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the corresponding mix bus, which is Mixbus 8, and we're going to rename that. Now, I have, as you see here, mix buses 1 and 2, my drums parallel 1 and 2, and now I have my mix bus 8 right next to mix buses 1 and 2, and mix bus 8 is now my excite bus for the kick. Now all I have to do is route my kick, and let me show you how I'm going to do that. All my channels are routed not with the mix bus sends or with the master out. So what I'm doing is I go to my output box here on the direct output, and if you right click, you get the direct assignment grid. So you could see that my kick is assigned in dual mono to the drum bus. So what I have here now is my kick excite bus because I renamed my horn bus, bus 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to assign the kick to the kick excite bus in dual mono. And now I have 2 stereo channels, or rather dual mono channels of kick going to 2 different subgroups. The drum and bass group is getting the original kick, and a mult of that with the direct outs is also going to our excite bus. So now we have the kick excite bus, and we should have signal to it. If I press play, we should see levels here. This is the excite channel alone. The excite is just being parallel processed at this time. What we want to do now is turn the parallel process bus into an excite loop. So I'm going to go up to the redirects. I'm going to go post fader. I'm going to right click in the redirect area. I'm going to select new aux send. And as you can see, the horns bus has been renamed to kick excite. So I'm going to assign this aux send that I just created on the mix bus 8 to kick excite 8. As you can see, the feedback light just came on. That's because we have created a feedback loop. Mixbus is in a panic. But that's all right. We're going to right click on the send. You're going to see send options. You're going to select allow feedback loop. And then we're going to go ahead and play the track. And we're going to bring in the kick. I have a mastering EQ, and I've already filtered out everything other than that basic fundamental section that I'm looking for. What we could do is we could bring up the spectrum analyzer and we could see the kick. If you notice, we have the fundamental at 55. So in a sense, the trick is honing in on the fundamental and feeding back the fundamental. Now, I'm going to bring in the fundamental and we're going to hear it. This will create a resonance. My level for this effect is the aux-sen level. Now you're starting to hear it. I'm going to exceed it so you can really hear the sound. That's the kick drum resonance technique inside of Mixbus 32C.